Hicklin Wong was born in Taishan, China in 1913. She was one of 13 children and learned to cook very young. My mom was born in Guangdong in 1949 and lived there for 7 years. In 1956, they got out. My grandfather was in Canada already, working on the railroad. Food was a way for my grandmother to relieve the suffering, the trauma of living in China during the war and revolution. For 6 years, my grandmother had a restaurant in Grand Prairie. Then in 1962, my grandfather passed away from a stroke, and because she was illiterate, Grandma had to sell the business. She had only one child, my mother. She had wanted more, but had health issues, including a blood disorder that I inherited. Grandma had ambition for my mother, and they came to Edmonton, where Mom went to university and met my dad. After their degrees, they went to BC for 10 years. Then, in October of 1984, came back to Edmonton with 3-year-old me. Grandma was tagging along, doting on me, until she passed away 2 years ago of heart failure. Grandma spoke Taishanese, a dialect close to Cantonese, and I remember a few words. Fui meant fat, for instance. Hiak gin means cooking. Hiak was eat. Ugi meant hungry. The kitchen was my grandmother's art and design, and she seemed to appreciate my art as our house became a gallery of paintings. Rice ball was my favorite thing. It really showed her craft. The mess with the glutinous rice flour, getting the thing to steam, then all the ingredients besides the rice ball. Congee was the next best. It was bland until she put salted turnip in it, and then the flavor. I was like, this rocks. I also loved Grandma's soups. Supper's on, she'd say in broken English. I'm trying to learn to cook through my mom. I mastered the rice cooker. Grandma did too. If I wanted poached eggs, they'd be sitting right on top of the rice in the cooker. My mother has taken over some of the dishes, thank God. And thank goodness for the pantries. One in the basement for cans and dry goods, one upstairs for things that spoil. Noodles go up and down, depending on the space. I like to look after food storage and help my mother a bit with food prep. I love ground meat. It's so flexible in Asian dishes. With Grandma, life was in the kitchen. It still is.